Hi there, my name's James Heidema. What are the important goals we need to set in our business life? So what are those important goals? Well, there's a number of things. If you're an advisor, then there are the goals of income, there's goals of activity, there's goals of building your brand, building your reputation. There's a number of things that we could talk about when we talk about goals for you as the advisor. For you as the manager of financial advisors, then certainly there may be the same goals as the advisor, plus the goals as a manager of building a team, creating a culture of success, and doing all those things necessary so that your reputation grows and your team grows and you get the rewards that you want from the team, financial and otherwise. So let's first talk about the advisor. You know, throughout my life as a financial advisor, I've certainly had goals. There were goals that were placed upon me from the corporation I worked with. There are goals that were placed upon me by my manager within the agency or branch that I was part of, and they're my own personal goals. I guess the goals that are set from other places, the company, or from your manager, your leaders, are goals that you can interpret, you can work towards. But the most important goals are the goals you set for yourself. And, you know, fundamentally, I believe the goals that are most important to us are the goals that are more internal, more emotional, more intellectual goals that we have. You know, goals of we want to make a difference out in the marketplace. We want to build an enterprise. We want to get a return on our investment. We want to be active in the right markets. We want to certainly build an income base and have a lifestyle based on that income. So how do we start? Where do we start? Well, certainly as a financial advisor, activity is the key. Activity is everything. It's the number one reason why advisors fail is not having a steady stream of potential customers and then taking those potential customers through a process. For the manager, the same problem occurs, but it is related to their team, is that they don't have a steady stream of candidates coming into their business, and that they don't have solid processes to help those individuals become successful. So let's talk about activity. You know, in former videos I've talked about activity at length, and I'll touch upon it again in this one, is that, you know, as an advisor, number one reason we fail is failure to find prospects. So we have to realize that that's a goal that we need to address on a daily basis. It's a question that you should ask yourself on a daily basis is, what am I going to do about prospecting today? Where am I going to find those people that I can invite into the process and walk through the process with them and make a difference in their lives? And so that's one of the goals we have to look at. The other goal we have to look is, okay, how many prospects, how many phone calls or approaches to those process? How many appointments do we need to hold? How many appointments do we need to keep to generate the income and create the life that we want? And so those goals, you know, I take people through a process. I coach a number of people, and by the way, if you're interested in coaching, certainly reach out to me. But I coach a number of people around the world, and what we focus on is, when we talk about goals, is, you know, how much income do you want to earn from your sales? And then we break it down is, what's your conversion? You know, like a conversion is, you have so many prospects. A certain number of those will talk to you. A certain number of those will meet with you. A certain number of those will walk through the process with you, and a certain number will buy from you. And of course, a certain number will give you a referral. So that conversion, if you know your conversion, if typically, let's say that out of 10 prospects you have, 7 will have a conversation with you, 5 will agree to meet with you, 3 people will actually go through the complete process, and 1 or 2 will buy from you. That's sort of a typical conversion. Yours may be a little better or it may be a little weaker depending on the markets you're working in and depending on the relationship you have with those people. And so what we do is we break that goal down. So if you want to earn so much on an annual basis, let's say, 50,000 euros, $50,000, whatever, then you break it down based on that conversion. Okay, what does that mean on a monthly basis? So you divide that by 12, obviously, and then you say, okay, if I'm going to work 20 days, you divide that number by 20 and say, okay, I need to generate 150 euros every day. Okay, so what's my conversion? So if my conversion is 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, then so I need to know that I have to get so many prospects. I need to have so many prospects on a daily basis to take them through the process and make the sale and make the money. And so what's the average size sale? So maybe your average size sale is 200 euros, $400, whatever that amount is. If that's your average size sale, and then to meet that income need, you know that you have to make 3 sales a month. So 3 sales a month, you divide that, based on the conversion, you base it on the 20 days you're going to work, and you know that I need to get 2 prospects every day, I need to make 5 phone calls every day, I need to keep 2 appointments every day. And if you can sort of break it down that way, it becomes manageable. The $50,000 or 50,000 euros that you want to earn is not manageable. It's a goal that's out there somewhere, but it's really not meaningful. But if you break it down on a monthly basis and then a daily basis based on the number of days you're working, then you can figure out what I need to do every day. And so that's the sort of process that I take people through when I'm coaching them, is let's really look at the hard numbers of what it takes for you to make a sale. And then we'll say, okay, break that down based on your reality of how many days you're going to work in a given month, et cetera, and then we arrive at that amount. And then what you do as an advisor, you say, okay, if that's my big goal, the 50,000, then my daily goal is this, that I have to have this kind of activity, then that's what I'll focus on every day. And that becomes more manageable. If I know I only have to get 2 prospects every day that I work, then I got to make sure that I'm always asking for prospects. If I need to make 5 phone calls every day that I work, then I need to make 5 phone calls. And it's not 5 phone calls to the same person over and over again. Obviously, it's 5 phone calls to prospects, okay? And then invite them into the process, et cetera. And if you keep 2 appointments a day, you'll reach your goal. Now, so how do I improve my situation if I want to earn more money? Well, you don't necessarily have to ramp up your activity, because I learned something that from my manager. I had a very good manager, Kevin, and Kevin told me, he said, if you want to earn more money, go where the money is. And so if you can get people to prospect up, if they can refer you to a better quality individual, a person who's in a relationship with kids, who owns their own apartment or house, and instead of having a monthly income of, 2,000 euros or $3,000 or whatever, they have 3,000 euros and $4,000, then obviously their needs will be greater and their disposable income was greater, and therefore they will tend to spend more on investment, savings, and insurance. And so, again, go where the money is. So you don't necessarily have to do far more phone calls, far more prospects if you can move up in the marketplace. But the other thing, if you're not able to move up in the market easily, then do more. Instead of 2 prospects a day, get 3 prospects a day. Instead of 5 phone calls, do 10 phone calls a day, et cetera, and you'll get the results you're looking for. So again, there's some givens, there's some things that must be in place. Obviously, you always have to have more referrals than cold people. I know a lot of people use Facebook and Instagram and other places, LinkedIn, to find people, but those are pretty cold people. They don't really know you and you don't really know them. The best prospect is a referral, obviously, where someone says, call so-and-so because I know them. That's the best. So, if you get good referrals and you do all the activity, then your goal becomes achievable. Now, when we talk about managers who are building the team, the same sort of principles apply, that you look at, if you're building your team and you're looking specifically on how do I build that culture of success and create an environment where people can be successful, then I have to find so many prospects, candidate prospects, people that could join my team. I have to reach out to those people. I have to invite them in to look at the business. I have to take them through the onboarding process and get them started in the business. So again, the conversion rate applies as well. You can look at your numbers and say, okay, I've spoken to 10 people about the career, 6 people expressed an interest, 3 people viewed some sort of introductory video, and 2 people joined me. So what's your conversion is. So you have to get an idea of how many people do I have to speak to find those people that are actually going to come into the business. On the manager's side who is selling, then what I talked about, the financial advisor's goals, applies as well. And so fundamentally, essentially, what I want you to take away from this video is that if you can take your big goal for the year, and you should all have goals for the year of how much money you want to earn, break that down based on activity, look at your conversion rate, look at your average size sale, and then do those numbers, and then you'll have a sense of what you need to do every day. Now, here's the problem, is that if you know that you're supposed to get 2 prospects a day and make 5 phone calls a day, and you miss a day, then the next day you've got to get 4 prospects and 10 phone calls. Because if you walk away from the numbers, then you won't get the results you're looking for. So it really is, be very clear about the activity that's required and do that activity every day, and you'll find you'll get the success you're looking for. And it gets back to, referrals is the main problem that we all face. And it's a question that when I was selling, it's a question I would ask myself is, what am I going to do about prospecting today? And then do something about that. Okay? Hopefully you find value in this, and if you like what you see, and please share this with others and invite other people to view these videos, because it's a way for me to give back to the community. And I really do appreciate those of you that are subscribing, and I encourage others to follow along. Thanks for taking the time today.